guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have An Arrow to the Moon by Emily X.R. Pan. This book was actually quite good. I wasn't actually expecting this. I did have kind of like, this is a book from Fairyloot. One of this first books that was given. They gave us 2 books in that month box. So, this is a Chinese mythology Romeo and Juliet retelling, and I think this was amazing. Literally, I felt like I was going to cry in the book, okay? No joke. Because I do love Romeo and Juliet. I think we had a Romeo and Juliet retelling. I think it was from, These Violet Delights by Chloe Kong. I think it was like that one was a mythology about Romeo and Juliet. Something like that, believe so. So anyway, this is the cover. Beautiful. We have sprayed edges. This is so pretty. And then we have the back. Hunter Yi has perfect aim with bow and arrow, but all else in his life is, of course, haunted by his family's past mistakes. The only things keeping him from running away are his younger brother, a supernatural wind, and a bewitching girl at his new school. Luna Chang dreads the future. Graduation looms ahead, and her parents' expectations are stifling. Then her life is turned upside down by a strange boy in her class. The unearthly fireflies that follow her around and ominous cracks that begin to spread across the town of Fair Bridge. As Hunter and Luna navigate the feud between their families and uncover hidden secrets, everything around them begins to fall apart. All they can do is to depend on their love, and their time is running out, and fate will have its way. Let's just say this was amazing. It is signed by the book, signed by the author, which I do love. Let's get into this. I tried so hard not to crack the spine because this book is beautiful. So I literally had my book up like this. I was doing this each time. I was literally reading like this. So I would not crack the spine. So, like I said, it's a Romeo and Juliet retelling. 2 teenagers fall in love from different families, but they hate each other, and their parents despise it. They don't like it. They tell them not to involve with them, but in secret they meet up with each other, make things. So basically, it's them, but like high school life, where you kind of move out of the you sneak out to the window, go and meet up with the person you love. You go and do crazy things with that person. And until your family finds out, they're like, nope, got this on you now. So we meet Luna and Hunter, and unexplained happenings in the town, and the eventual endings that both these characters were fast approaching. I actually loved the ending. I was crying, okay? So in this book, it was marketed as Romeo and Juliet meets Chinese mythology retelling. I was like, okay, this sounds interesting, and I want to read it. What's going to come out of it? And obviously, you know how it goes. Romeo and Juliet kind of blah blah blah. And everything like that, but I was like, this was completely different. I actually really enjoyed this. So I preferred it more in the Chinese myth than the Shakespeare's play. I do love Romeo and Juliet like anything else, but this was really up there. The book is definitely a YA romance story more than a fantasy story, which I don't like reading romance stories that much, but I really did enjoy this. So the 2 main characters are even more special. I found myself falling over everything they did romantic, sighing at every little thing they did for each other. I literally was like, oh my god, that's so cute. Oh my god, I wish I had that myself. The writing here is just as I remembered for Emily. I feel like I read a book from her, but I'm not sure if I've ever, when I first started reading, I'm not completely sure, but I might have not actually, to be honest. I don't know. This was lyrical, poetic, and lush in description. I couldn't get enough of her writing. I wish that I could even read more, so I cannot wait to find out what other books she will brings out. Her writing's always done with a great amount of care, making sure that the reader never worries about how something looks, acts, or requires explanations. But it had that subtle and injects bits of the pieces of Chinese mythology into the stories. The traits, like how they treated both the main characters. And also, just to let you know, they did have the between Luna and Hunter's side of the story. Then you have Luna's father in the middle of it, and then you have Hunter's mother. It was like what? It was like intriguing and scene, and obviously at the end there's like the full moon side of the story. I was like, okay. There are many themes in this book definitely related to the experience of Asian American teenagers. Not only did this discuss the nature of immigrant parents, but also touched on differences between Chinese and Taiwan's, I sorry, I can't pronounce that culture. So between the beautiful statements, this was literally just two different worlds and with very little like navigation, and you can also definitely follow up, and it was very spot on, like the way they composed it all, and how some people, if they don't like them, would bring it on, and I really did enjoy that. So where the back of the story displays from Hunter and like Luna, you can also get the perception, like I said earlier, their side of the story from their from their parents. You have Hunter's brother Cody and a mysterious man named Rodney. So I love the way that was set up because there was a lot going on and all of it is slowly explained as you progress in the story. So you slowly start seeing Luna's and Hunter's romance as it goes through the story, and then you see how Rodney fits in this whole story, and it definitely pulled you in, begging you to continue reading that ultimate ending. And the ultimate ending was so beautiful. It was amazing. Please say you have read this, guys, because it was amazing. As much as I love this book, there was a few things that did bother me just a little bit, but that is the world building, but that is okay. That's my point of view, but you know, that's everything, that's fine. I felt in the dark a lot of the times. There was a lot of strange things happening in the small town that they lived, cracks in the earth, the funks that permeated the emotions of people in towns, a strange stone with a mythical powers being hunted by a gangster out of nowhere, fireflies that kept following the characters, and money just found randomly. But maybe just my ignorance and don't know enough about the story, but it was really good. The second thing is the happening to both the families, that there was a lot of backstory for both of them as well, and you see how their family loves their own child and how they know them so well. And it got to the point where it was like, oh my god, this is really interesting to know more about them. And I think the author did really well explaining that about the characters and their family. So if you want to basically, this is a book down to all the questions that I have ever thought I would know and find it to happen. It took me by surprise, and this beautiful ending for a beautiful book. And yes, it was true. This was a beautiful book, a beautiful ending, beautiful, amazing. Oh my god, it was damn amazing. At the back as well, so you know, this is a book that she also has done, The Astonishing Colour of After. So I'm going to check that out and see how that goes. This was an amazing book, guys. If you have not read this, please leave a comment down below if you have. If you haven't, give this video a like. Or actually, if you have read this video, if you have read this book, give it a like, because I want to know how many of you guys actually have read this book. Thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.